Hey everybody, this is PJ Reilly from Lancaster Archery here in our studio with Brandon Reyes from Axcel and Brandon. We've got the brand new Axcel AVX Scope system. Lots of parts here. This thing is awesome. I believe we're gonna set it up like you would set it up for 3D just to show all the different parts. There's many configurations, but let's talk about this thing because it is awesome.
Correct. Well, this is the new product for 2022, the AVX Scope system. It can accommodate any type of archer, from hunting to target to 3D, whatever. I'm sure there's some configuration that will fit for any archer. The scope you see here, it displayed as a 31 millimeter. It'll also be available in a 41 millimeter as well. Cool thing about it is it's ambidextrous, right or left-handed, fits everybody. The bubble, simply switches from one side to the other, and then you got all the options. So,
right.
Ideally for someone like myself that shoots a lot of 3D,
yeah.
I'll run through and show you how to set it up, typical for a typical 3D person, and point out some key features as we go through.
Sure.
So the first thing with just the housing you see here, this is set up with our typical T-connector system. It's slightly different than our previous AV model. You'll notice a hole in the side of it now.
Oh yeah.
And I'll show you how we'll run the fiber through there for a secondary light source in a moment. But one of the other cool features that's new for our scopes is the lines inside of the housing.
See that.
So the housing lines, what that does is that's going to reduce any unwanted glare.
Right.
Should you see the scope slightly off center. So that's a new feature. The texturized feel look kind of looks like threads
right,
inside of the housing, but it does have a purpose, and that's the purpose is to eliminate any unwanted glare. So
gotcha.
Also briefly on while we're on the housing here, you'll see that there's two sets of screws in the top here. This is called a level blank. So this is just a simple little piece of aluminum that closes off any unwanted holes at the top if you don't want that.
Right.
You can take it out if you want more light coming through, and of course put it in if you want to keep it in. On the bottom here, the level bubble is also replaceable. To be able to move from one side to the other with these two flathead screws. So you simply take those out to move from one side to the other. This is a standard 8 millimeter level. It's slightly longer than our bubbles that we currently make on our scopes or on our hunting sites. Slightly longer, so it's a little different. But
and then the level blank, if you took it off this side, you're switching to left hand, you would just put it in the top.
Correct.
Your bubble in the other side. Okay.
So with that, I'll go ahead and put the pin in and show you how that locks in place. So if I got just a housing, the next step to go in is either going to be a ring pin or this spacer here, depending on if you're using the ring pin or not. This is going to take up the space if you don't use the ring pin.
Gotcha.
I use the ring pin, so we're going to go ahead and install that. Nice thing is, you can put it in different positions, just before. There's 4 different places that it'll lock in.
Right.
I prefer an up pin, and most shooters do like the up pin, so they're going to come in from the bottom like that.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, the fiber and the tubing going into the T-connector hole, now we simply slide that fiber and that tubing into that T-connector hole, and this gives our fiber protection as we run the secondary light source through the 3/8 32 hole here on the side. So the next piece will be our little lock here that's going to lock the ring pin in.
Okay.
So this either is going to lock that ring pin in or our blank there. And now if I wanted to use this scope without a lens, I'm set, I've got my pin, and it's ready to go.
Right.
I use a lens, so the next piece that's going to go in is this lens spacer. And in our previous scopes, we had a lens frame. That's been eliminated with this, so it's just that lens spacer, and then you can drop your lens in.
And this lens is 31 millimeter or what's
inch and 5/8.
Inch and 5/8. Inch and 3/8.
Inch and 3/8. One of the two, yeah. Whatever we have now.
Yes.
So then this all has to be held in with the lens retainer.
Okay.
So again, at this point, I'm locked in, my scope is usable with the lens and the pin.
Yep.
And then it comes down to choice of hoods, half hoods, you know, whatever you want to use.
Right. These would be your front if
Yep.
you wanted like a step down shade, or if you just wanted flat.
Yep.
You could put those on front, and as you mentioned, on the back.
Yep. I generally, in most
two.
cases, I'll use a torque ring indicator on the front with the white ring and lock that in. And then in most cases, I like a small, you know, this is the longer hood.
Yeah.
But I'll use the longer hood, and that would be the completed version of it.
Complete scope right there.
Yep.
That's incredible. And now while we're talking about it, because we did mention, okay, up on top here we have this other hole. Tell us what that would be set up for.
Okay, so the new to our scopes is a 832 hole on both the top and bottom for right or left-hand shooters.
Yep.
But I'll dismantle this and show you the intent of that. So that's going to be used specifically with the lens only.
Right.
So for an archer that wants to use a illuminated dot, a center drilled lens with a fiber, or something that they want to illuminate in the middle of the lens, say an etch or something.
Yep.
We're going to now use this spacer and then lock that in with this retainer. And then now drop our lens spacer and our lens in and lock that in. So now I've just got a scope housing with a lens in it. This hole, this 832 hole on the top or the bottom, depending on if you're right or left-handed, is going to specifically shine on the center of that lens.
Gotcha.
And light up whatever, the etch, the pin, the dot, whatever you want to do. So for someone that wants to light up a pin, they're going to want to use the method over here with the 832 or 3/832 screw in the back here with their light source. And then this one is the 832 that shines directly onto the lens.
Just
so
for
that's
the lens.
specifically new for our stuff.
Yeah.
But it's something we felt that would close up some loose ends on, archers that may use that style and they didn't use our product, but now they may.
All right, and then so lastly, Brandon, then this barrel, you can use this on any of your Axcel compound.
Correct.
Site.
Yep. All of our sites except this barrel or the T connector. This site, or the scope rather, will also come with the 1032 threaded rod that'll fit any site.
Gotcha. Awesome. That is the brand new Axcel AVX entire scope system. Brandon, we appreciate your time today. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.